and welcome to FG Rides, coming from beautiful Pennsylvania, USA. I gotta tell you, I listen to music in the shower, and I usually just let Apple pick the music. It knows what I like. It even seems to know what kind of mood I'm in often, which is, it's a little unsettling, but hey, well, I've already surrendered to technology. So this morning, when I was in the shower, it played Time Stands Still by Rush. And I was listening to this song, and I thought, it's good I'm in the shower so my wife can't hear me sobbing. It would be humiliating. That's how my day started off. Trying to get my eyes cleared before I peered outside of the bathroom. Yesterday, though, I was going to ride the Hunter. I got it out of the shed, parked it in the yard. Well, I finished, getting my jacket on and getting a couple of other things out of the shed. And I hear this really quiet, but it was definitely an event. It was like... I went out, the bike was laying in the yard on its side. Now, I have a soft yard, and that's what you might think would cause it to fall over. It sunk. Nope, it fell to the right. Broke my bar end mirror, but that seems to be about it. I could not get the bike up myself. It fell, and it was laying there oddly, like the rear wheel was up in the air a bit. So I got my wife to help. We got it up pretty easily. I couldn't myself. I tried turning the wheel the way, the front wheel, the way it's supposed to be turned to make it easier to lift the bike. I couldn't get it turned. I mean, I'm not a pillar of strength, but I'm not that weak, and the Hunter is not a really heavy bike. Heavy for a 350, but still not that heavy. So it's off the road until I get another set of mirrors for it. I don't think I'm going to get another set of bar end mirrors because I can't seem to find them at the price I paid for the last set, which I bought a couple of years ago, so that would make sense. Although the bar end mirrors are awfully good. I don't know. We'll see. I spent some time looking at mirrors, aftermarket mirrors. I looked at some red anodized mirrors since the bike's red. And I liked the way they looked, the mirrors, but I thought they might look goofy on the Hunter. I couldn't bring myself to buy them. I really wanted to try them, see what it would look like. I could see red gloss mirrors on the bike. I think that would work, but not the anodized. Nah, nope. Huh. The dirt ended. I thought this was dirt for several miles. Oh, what a shame. I just commented last night on Cornish Motorcycle Diaries. Andy. Just that little bit was paved for the house, for the dust. Okay. And he was riding in Cornwall, of course, on these little lanes, but they were paved, and I said to him, I love the little lanes, but when here in the U.S., when they're that wide, they're normally unpaved. which I don't mind. I like riding on gravel, but I don't like how dirty the bike gets. And it's not that difficult to clean, but I just never feel like doing it. I do it. Moving along, turkey. Nice looking bird. Huh. Oh, I did have a topic for today. I didn't have a destination, but I did have a topic. My wife writes for a living. That's her day job. It's like travel writing, in that vein. But she also writes independently. She does a lot of articles, essays, nonfiction that are humorous. She writes humor. They're very, very funny. At least the ones that I get. Some of them are about pop culture, and I don't know that much about pop culture. Not enough to get the jokes, anyway. Or the 90s. I don't really remember the 90s. She grew up then, so she references them a lot. Anyway, she also writes fictional short stories. She knows that I prefer the nonfiction, the essays, the satire. So she doesn't, when she writes a fictional short story, I don't even know about it. She doesn't want to ask me what I think of it. She doesn't send me a link, mention it, nothing. So she recently put together a bunch of these fictional short stories and created an anthology and put it on Amazon for $4.99. I think that's digital, and the print is $9.99. I think $10. Maybe it's $7.99. Doesn't matter. I'm not plugging it. Anyway, when she did this, I said, "Oh, okay." And now she told me she did it. I said, "Well, I'll get you started. I'll buy the first copy." It turned out several people beat me to it. Had already bought it because I forgot and didn't do it immediately. That's the kind of husband I am. But I bought it anyway. $5, and I thought, okay, I bought it. I may as well read it. Big mistake. Big mistake. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you gotta realize I'm married to this woman. We've been together 16 years. I recognize a lot of these stories are about relationships. A number of them are, anyway. I recognize some autobiographical details in some of the characters. Now, they aren't her. None of these characters are. Still, it made me wonder with the male characters, which one of these assholes is me? I could eliminate some. I know if a character's smart or handsome, not me. But what about the one that has brought doom into the life of the heroine? Despair all the time. What about the one that was so nice at the beginning and now is just a jerk that is self-absorbed? That could be me too. Or did she take little pieces of me and dole them out to the characters? Or does she not even think of me at all when she's writing these? I don't know. And I'm not going to ask. I don't want to know. Well, I do want to know, but I don't want to be told. Let me. That's different. The other thing is, these stories are very negative. They're really dark, and they're not happy. There's nothing funny in that book, in that anthology. I didn't find one joke. I'm like, this doesn't seem like the woman I live with. When is she having all these dark, awful thoughts? I mean, I live with her. I think of her as a person who likes cats too much. And she's nice to me, and I appreciate it. But god damn. I don't know when she finds the time either. She's always busy with something. Always had something going on with our daughter, and now it's some theater thing, and she's doing this and doing that and running. It's like she drives for a living full time. That's how much she's in that car, even though she works from home. Good Lord, I don't know when she can write them. Write these devilish thoughts she's having. So yeah, bought it, read it. Life's mystery deepens. She probably won't watch this though. So I'm not too worried about that. I think some of the videos she watches on mute, she's like, oh Jesus, I've heard this story over and over. Let me mute it. Hello and welcome to FG Rides. Mute. Ha. So if you've had any experiences like this, lived with somebody a long time, thought you knew them, and then find out, no, you don't know them at all. Which, you know, I kind of suspected before. I don't really know her or anybody else. Once again, too self-absorbed. But yeah, if you've been hit by something like that, leave a comment. I would appreciate it. You know what? I would appreciate comments anyway. It's supposed to help somehow. I once again, I don't understand how comments and likes help. Subscriptions, yeah. Oh, if you could subscribe, oh, that would be really nice. But as far as the comments, I like answering them. I always think that's fun, and I try to give good answers. I don't just say, yeah, thanks, ride safe, or whatever. Okay, thank you for watching.